Hello and welcome back to my channel, beautiful people. For those who are new here, my name is Lydia and I am the Witch of Multirealms. I am now providing tarot readings that are aligned with signs and synchronicities such as angel numbers, and I post them every Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Sunday. So please like, follow and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss a single episode. And today's reading, we are doing a reading for those who have been seeing the numbers 2424 or simply the number 24. Okay, so if you have been seeing the number 24 a lot, or you just see them in repeat, which is 2424, this is the message that Spirit has for you today. The theme today that Spirit has told me to focus on is to talk more about leisure, good times, enjoying work-life balance, enjoying taking care of yourself, self-love, going for holidays, seeing the good side of life. So we'll see what Spirit wants to tell you, okay? And the different aspects of it. I will be picking leader cards for 3 piles using the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. Okay, so we have 3 piles today. And before I begin shuffling and picking out the piles, I'd like to remind everyone that this is a timeless reading, and whatever time you may find this reading or when this reading finds you, it simply means that the message is for you now. Also, this is a collective reading, so there will be details that you may resonate with and some that you may not. Then you can leave the rest of the details that you do not resonate for the others. And also, I keep forgetting the last one. And also, please do not let tarot denote the outcome of your life. Whatever I tell and show you here is advice and guidance from Spirit to you. It is, at the end of the day, your own action that will lead you to the outcome of things. So please do not let anything that I show you here determine in absolution the outcome of your life. Okay, so now we're going to pick the cards. Spirit, please show us today. For those who have been seeing 24 or 2424, what's your message for them for the 3 different piles? Beautiful, very beautiful. Okay, so for the first card, we have a beautiful card that says, Love Begins. Pile 2, Spiritual Strength. Spiritual Strength. Yes. And pile 3, Awareness. And I think this awareness card, yeah, I'll elaborate later when I'm reading the pile. Okay, so here are the 3 cards. I'll be doing the readings, and I'll be putting timestamps in the description box below. So if you feel intuitively drawn to whichever pile, you can navigate using the timestamps. And if you feel like cross-watching, you can, yes, of course, watch the whole video or go to the other piles as well to watch the reading. So I'll see you at your reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. This is for those who have been seeing the numbers 24 or 2424, and you picked pile 1, which also is the indicator card, Love Begins. So this is the Psychic Tarot deck, Psychic Tarot Oracle deck, which gives you, they have a lot of imagery, they have a lot of cards in the entire deck, which are directly pulled from the major and minor arcana of the typical traditional Rider-Waite deck. And in between, they splice in a few other descriptor cards. So Love Begins, it is like a blend of Two of Cups and the Lovers. If I can describe what this card feels like, it's like a blend between Two of Cups and the Lovers, right? You see there is a feminine aspect and there's a masculine aspect. There is a flowing cup of life, love, fulfillment into that river that is ever abundant, and yeah, in this beautiful verdant green landscape with a rainbow behind. I cannot, I mean, the card speaks for itself. I think the card and its imagery speaks for itself. Okay, I'm going to be pulling a few tea leaves here to construct the energy of what we're looking at today and what is the message that Spirit has for you. Please show us, Spirit, what you have for us. Okay. So, let me see. It's very interesting because I picked out of the 8 tea leaves here, it feels almost like the first 4 is speaking of a kind of difficult situation, or like something that is an energy that is currently passing or have just passed. And then the next 4 cards talk about all the beautiful, wonderful things, like, you know, there is once the clouds parted and then the sunshine comes through. Okay, so I'll show you. First card is Fox, shrewdness, resourcefulness, especially in business. Okay, don't ask me why, how this is related to Love Begins and the pleasure and good times that I was talking about today. We will piece it together. Okay, Dagger, fear, worries, tense situations. Weeping Willow, family sorrow. Needle and thread, a sincere wish will be granted. Rose, romance is in the air. See, it's like suddenly after 4 cards and then the next 4 card comes out beautiful. Kite, vacation. Coins, money will be coming to you. Horseshoe, good luck. Okay, so as you can see, very interesting. I don't know what Spirit's trying to tell us today. So you chose a pile, maybe you know, maybe already you can see from the tea leaves how some things are resonating for you and your situations right now. So we'll see. Okay, I'm going to be picking from the traditional Rider-Waite deck, more cards, and see what Spirit tells me. I'm just going to try and get the energy and understand better. Spirit, please explain. What's the situation and story, or what's your direct message that you have for Pile 1 right now pertaining to Love Begins, pertaining to these cards that you're showing us? Okay. In the area of also, if you're talking about holiday, pleasure, happiness, any message of this in this direction, Spirit, that you want to tell Pile 1. Okay, so let me put this together and sort them into space. Okay. So you have here, I mean, Spirit gave me a lot of cards, but I will point out that you have Two of Swords, you have Seven of Pentacles, you have the Sun card, you have King of Cups. Yeah. You have King of Cups. You have here the Sun. Interestingly, you have the Star, and the Star is, so you have Nine of Swords, and then you have the Star, and then you have Five of Pentacles. Okay, and I got some more to clarify. You have Two of Wands, Page of Swords, King of Wands, and the Fool. Okay, so I'm getting the energy that Spirit, right now, a lot of you in Pile 1, in your own space, in whatever situation, or that you know, we were mentioning just now from the tea leaves, it feels like there's currently like some kind of intense anxiety-filled situation that is related to family that you have to navigate. It might be something to do with dealing with financial matters in a family. It could be financial disputes. It could be trying to solve some kind of crisis whereby money is involved, or the need of money is involved, and maybe that also causes some degree of sadness and anxiety between yourself and the connection you have with other people in the family. It feels a bit like it might even have to do with taking over of some kind of family business. So this may resonate, of course, with whatever I have just said. Not every single aspect is going to resonate fully for all of you, but in the area of having to deal with intense or worrisome situation, that it feels a lot like it's pertaining to family related. It's a family related matter. And again, like I said, it could be trying to navigate a tragedy together that involves money. It might be dispute between one person and another few people that's about money. It could be trying to make sure that something does not fall flat on its face, and then there's a lot of like everybody pulling in resources kind of situation. Whatever it is, I'm sensing that the Spirit is trying to say that the energy is dissipating. It's going to pass soon. If this is something that's going on right now, the energy is going to pass soon. Things are going to get better. You're going to be able to usher in a more beautiful, relaxed, and happy energy. Okay, so it's ending soon. And then for some, it has just freshly ended. and you are now in the energy of love, happiness, leisure, vacation. Abundance are coming back in. Abundance is coming back in. Good luck is coming back in. The wheel is turning for you in your favor again. So it might be that the recent few months were the challenging months. Okay, so I think Spirit is trying to tell you that if you felt that there was a situation where you were at a crossroads because of that challenging issue, okay? Due to that challenging issue, if you felt like you have to be very patient and you have to be very patient, and you do not really know, like, do whichever path, nothing seems actually like easy to take. No matter how much you try to formulate a better answer or a better outcome, it was difficult. And there simply is not enough sense of clarity or connectivity that you could reach from within or your higher self for support. You simply had to, pull through it on your own, not knowing what comes out on the other end. That was the kind of energy you were in. But Spirit wants you to know that now you are going into better times. The Sun card and the King of Cups here shows very much like, in fact, this thing has made you, has wizened you to an aspect whereby you step into the area of not just stabilizing your own emotions. You learned how to temper your own emotions. You learn how to keep your own self emotionally protected and fulfilled at the same time. But you also know how to navigate difficulties that surrounds you. In fact, you form very much like a pillar of support in terms of emotional and in emotional strength for the others, right? I sense that in this situation of the maybe the several months or the several range of bad luck and bad news, or the difficulty and challenges that you had to navigate with regards to this situation that you just that we're talking about, you still hold on to a huge amount of hope, and you are in fact the very one that possess that light and that beacon of hope for the rest of the people. Not only do you have fuel in terms of hope, right? If hope is a fuel, not only do you have it enough for yourself, but you also have it for the people around you. So in many ways, Spirit is trying to say that is a very powerful aspect of you. I see a lot of brightness here, even though there are some dimness in between here and there regarding, the cards here. Yeah, even though we have Nine of Swords, we have Five of Pentacles, there is a little bit of that heavy energy, but peppered in between are extremely strong major arcana cards that shows light. That's the sun here, there's a star here. I think these two are extremely strong aspects of yourself that you are able to not only, is Spirit trying to say that you have that, you emit this energy, you are also coming into a space of equilibrium in terms of managing your sense of fulfillment and expectations, as well as helping the others achieve it. Okay. In clarifying, actually, they also explained that if something you were waiting, so pertaining again to that difficult situation that you might have ended, there was actually something that you were waiting on, something that you have not yet made a full decision to go and explore. But I think now with the responsibilities slowly shedding off and good times are coming in, and Spirit is, after all, in this reading trying to encourage all of us to rest, relax, take some time to have some self-care, to maintain our not only our own connection with ourselves, but also to reinforce and maintain the connection and bond that we have with the people around us. So if there was something that was so overwhelming for you that you had to hold back from going out to explore more, when I say going out to explore more, you could be when I say going out to explore more, I don't necessarily mean that you need to go overseas. Although the vacation card is here amongst your tea leaves, it is, after all, in some way suggesting that you can and you should go for a vacation to, relax. But I think it could also be if you had wanted to try something new. If you had wanted to put some time and commitment into trying something new, it could be a new hobby, it could be a new skill that you want to pick up, it could be a new project you want to do, like building something new and an additional new section for your home, or it could be a new relationship, right? Because let's not forget, love begins. Romance is in the air. So there's a lot of imagery here that points towards not only will you be coming into an era, a period now where the hope that you have is beaming, and with that you are drawing in wealth, you're drawing in love. I feel a lot of it's very Venus kind of energy, it's very Venusian kind of energy. There is love coming, there's money coming. Some of you might be, I'm not sure, I'm not an astrologer, but it feels a lot like some of you have maybe strong aspects in your chart that is about bringing in wealth and love at this point of time. I think, I don't know, because I work more closely with my patron goddess Aphrodite, and I think when I see things like that, when I see a spread like this that have love, that has flowers, roses, that has star, I feel very much like Aphrodite is with us. So Spirit is saying, if you had been held back from going forth to make a choice, a clear choice to take on a certain path, because you have responsibilities that you were trying to sort of like put your time into, perhaps now you can start to rethink rethink taking on that path again, taking on that adventure and trying that new project, trying that new whatever you want to try, or doing that new, going deeply, passionately into that new commitment that you want to go into, okay? Spirit is saying, like, now is the time. Now is the time to refresh that idea that you have, form some clear understanding of what you truly want to do and what makes you happy, and go for it with passion. And when we say love begins, we don't necessarily mean that you need to, if this is not your stuff, right? If you are already with somebody you're happily in love with, we don't necessarily mean all of you are single and looking for love. But even if you are already with someone, whether dating or you're married, there still is love to be developed between you and your person. And also, if you literally is just happy with yourself, we're talking about you coming into love and union with your higher self, a better understanding of yourself, a better time to enjoy rest and give yourself that kindness and harmony that you desire with your own higher self. Okay, so love means a lot of things here. It could even be rekindling love with a soulmate friend and then going on a vacation together, right? Last but not least, you do have the Fool here, and Spirit is saying, if you had been burdened with so much responsibility previously, now's the time to take this small knapsack, okay? Put the rest behind. Don't have to take everything with you. Be carefree and set out. The Fool is very beautiful when accompanied by the other card that I always call these the backing card. So not only is the Fool a very beautiful major arcana card that says, that usually denotes the brand new step towards a new chapter of your life or journey, but you need to be carefree, you need to take the leap of faith and go, because it's also during the start of a journey that people find it extremely daunting to take out that first step, right? Because just like the Fool, you do not know whether you're leaping off the cliff or there's actually like cushier ground, like right off the step, right? But Spirit is telling you now's the time to take that leap of faith and go wherever you want to go, try whatever you want to try. And the backing card that you also got here, which is another major arcana, is the sun. See how there is a sun here behind the foal. So I feel like, you know, this card came in the earlier part, the first earlier part of the spread, that is just right next to King of Cups. I feel like Spirit is trying to say that, yeah, because you step into that space where you know how to fill your own cup and take care of yourself, know your boundaries, know how to manage your expectations and emotions. And it's in many, many ways you have become a very steadfast and stoic person. But at the same time, you do understand your emotions and others. This is bringing out that sunshine era for you, and as such it puts you into this new system, this new, you know, this new parallel or your quantum reality. You shifted into this space whereby you are now on this new journey, and you should go ahead and take that. Okay, so I think this bodes really well. This entire reading, whatever part of it resonates for you, I think in general, this bodes really well for those who recently have been burdened by something very heavy. Again, could be family related. And if it passed, and I'm hoping for you that it's passing or have passed, you are now coming into the space where Spirit simply wants you to remember how to love and take care of yourself. And whatever you have like put in the back burner for a while, let's say, they want you to now bring it back up and think about what's the right path you want to actually take to fulfill yourself. Okay, I'm going to be pulling an oracle card from the Moonology Messages Oracle and see what else Spirit has to say for you. What other messages do you have for Part 1, Spirit? Quicksilver Moon changes. Indeed, Quicksilver Moon changes. Let's see. Okay. Nothing stays the same forever. If you want change, rejoice. If you're clinging on to a situation that may well have run its course, however, then this card is a gentle suggestion to release your grip. Nothing about your situation is currently firmly fixed. That can be a good thing, so stay open. Keep your eyes peeled for signs as well. In particular, notice the next song you hear. Is there a message in it for you about your question? If you're not happy about your situation, the good news is that change is afoot, so don't give up. What seems stuck now could be far more flexible quite soon. If you're hoping to change the course you're on now, this is a sign that you can, so take action. If the idea of change worries you, try to have a little faith in the universe. Set the intention that whatever happens next is happening for your highest good. The fact that nothing lasts forever is a part of this card's message. Events are moving. Change may be inevitable now. Expect good things. You get your answer very soon. Ask a wise woman for advice. Don't cling to the past. All right. So I hope this message resonates for you. Please leave in the comment section if you want to share with me any details, and I'll be very happy to hear about it. So this is the message that Spirit has for you today. Please like, follow, and subscribe if you'd like to see more of this sort of videos in the future, and I'll see you at the next one. Thank you for your time. Hi, pal number 2. Welcome to your reading. So for those of you having seen 242424, you have picked pal number 2, which also is for the significator card, spiritual strength. Okay. So in this psychic tarot oracle deck, they call it a tarot oracle deck. It's a mix of, it's blending the imagery and the ideologies from the traditional tarot into this oracle deck. So there are definitely elements of major and minor arcana spliced in, and then other oracle aspects. Spiritual strength feels very much like, it feels very much like a blend of the Hierophant and the Hermit. Yeah, it feels a bit like the Hermit, a little bit like the Hierophant. So there is like this mix of it here. Nothing in, it's not a specific card, a tarot card in itself, but it definitely speaks of wisdom and spiritual. Oh yeah, number 8, the inner strength, the one where the lady is wrangling the lion. Yeah, the strength card, right? The major arcana card. So yeah, I feel that as well here in this. We'll see how this all ties in together with the theme, which is about rest, relax, taking care of yourself, connection with people around you. Now I'm going to be picking some tea leaves from here, and we will also see what else Spirit has to say. Okay. Okay, let's see. You have firecracker, excitement, dog, far away, a distant friend thinking of you, staff, you will be taken care of in difficult times. Broken arrow, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Vine, seek out information that will help you. Wedge, someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. Ladder, climbing towards success. Teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Okay. Right. I feel for your tea leaves, there's definitely some degree of connectivity even between the tea leaves. But I definitely need to get more from Spirit to see how this all ties together with the spiritual strength as the leading message. Right. So I'll be pulling cards from the traditional deck to see what else Spirit has to say. Spirit, please give us clarity and guidance. Whoops. One for the floor. Hang on a second. Okay. Right. Spirit, please give us clarity and guidance and your message for Pile 2. Those who have gotten spiritual strength as the message from you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right, so we have for you 5 of Wands, Ace of Cups, 3 of Wands, Judgment, 6 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, King of Cups, and Ace of Swords. Now, I don't know what it is about King of Cups, but he's practically flying out for every single read I've been doing for the past 10 readings. Well, strong Virgo energy. A lot of people coming into their own balance, you know. Cups are feminine aspects. We're talking about emotions, intuition, filling one's own cup. And these are all very feminine aspects. And then, of course, King being the masculine. It feels a lot like there is this energy of equalization across the collective. So I don't want to deviate. I just want to say that I feel like this is also the same going for you. Now, what I see here is Spirit saying that for most of you, you're in a situation where somebody might have had I won't say it's a major disagreement, but it's definitely some level of disagreement or dispute. Somebody you care about is still a friend, okay? It's still a friend, but you guys might not have left on very amicable terms. This person is not close to you as of this moment, and I mean like, because you see, we have dog and far away, a distant friend is thinking of you, but I do not believe this distance we're talking about here pertains only to actual geographical distance. It could mean that you guys have not spoken for a long time. There is distance between you and that person's interaction. More likely than not, these days when people do not have interaction with each other and there's distance, it could be really not hanging out, not even like social media hanging out, you know, that level of stuff. But it's a situation that was brought on by some kind of disagreement. Could be disagreement of, it's like a debating situation, right? Not that anybody is particularly correct or wrong here, but it could have been a agree to disagree kind of situation. And it got heated and might have caused some degree of impact, right? Maybe some strong words were being used, might have caused some impact and caused you guys to drift kind of far away. And if anything, Spirit is even hinting that somebody might have instigated it. Okay, and this might resonate or might not for some of you. So just not everybody is going through the exact set of situation. Okay, so if you felt like there is some relationship that you treasure with somebody, but there was a dispute, there was a conflict, and that caused you guys to not be as close with each other anymore, there's also the likelihood that this entire situation, this entire conflict might have been brought on by a third party that was instigated by somebody. Okay, there is a wedge here. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something that you want. Might really be that somebody was there to instigate the conflict. And yet Spirit is trying to encourage you to continue to reach back into this connection with this person, because the person whom you have not contacted for a while is thinking of you. This is, by the way, I am not trying to say this is a love reading. This might not be love. This might be, okay, for some people, so I'm not cutting out the possibility, but this might be a connection even with best friend, childhood friend, a colleague or ex-colleague, right? Could be somebody that you really enjoy spending time with, but because of that conflict or that dispute, you guys have distanced yourself. Whatever it is, the person is of same gender. Spirit is suggesting that the person is of same gender and of a deep friendship with you. So it could even be cousins, could even be. So take it how it sees for you to fit in your life. In this case, Spirit is also saying that you should find a way to continue that connection, reach back into this connection, because this person is going to be there for you when things get difficult for you in life, and it's going to help you smooth things out. And, in terms of spiritual strength, how this all ties in together, I feel like Spirit is trying to say that in order to be the bigger person, to be the first one to take that step and reconcile a relationship that might have gone through some rough spots, it actually really does take inner strength to navigate this. It is by no means short of transmuting energies, taking what was very base, which is the conflicting, argumentative, competitive, aggressive, resentful feelings that two persons might have for each other, okay? Taking whatever bad memory, whatever bad feelings that was occurring during the disagreement, even right until now, if those feelings are lingering inside you. What matters is understanding what was at play when all these happened. Could be ego, could be shadow, could be a myriad of things that were dredged up because one or the other person has something that gets triggered easily due to our behavioral patterns learned and taught to us since young. Learned by us and taught to us since young, right? And that is exactly those are the threads that weave into the shadow that we have. And if we learn how to, if we learn how to look deeper into these different aspects, whether our ego was at play, whether our shadow was coming in to absorb things, absorb the energy during the conflict and fly with it in whatever directions it desires to. And then, things usually go south very fast, right? Two individuals not in a good space, having their own traumas, having their own triggers. And then when, it's like Clash of the Giants, when two very, very good, deeply connected, deeply bonded person who can think telepathically even to each other, okay? And this occurs a lot even in everyday's relationship of different aspects in everyone's life. And I can tell you, no matter how good things can be, there will always be some days when days are not so good. And two can get together and really, I don't know, it's like, if things are meant to be misunderstood, 2 days a day, everything is misunderstood, right? If bad things, the bad side of me can ever show up, like 2 days a day, all the bad things of me will show up. And it takes two to tango. So I'm just saying, Spirit is trying to remind you that it takes a lot of inner strength to remember how things were, to remember how you can be the best and the worst version of yourself, and how you can transmute this entire challenge into something that is way more precious, something that is precious, that is actually the friendship or the relationship, the bond you have with this person to become stronger than ever before, because the adversity has put you through the crucible, has put you through that fire, so you emerge stronger and harder, right? I think Spirit is definitely saying that this thing in itself between you and that person is a huge path in your life where a deep level of your learning is involved here, right? If there's something you have to learn in this life, this is one of those things that cannot be escaped. You cannot escape from. To be frank, I was not expecting that Spirit talks about this, because I really thought that they will start telling me you need to go for a vacation, you need to have some self-care routine. But I think Spirit is actually trying to say that by doing this, it is your self-care routine. You have the Ace of Cups here. I feel very much like, and the Ace of Cups is being placed between the Five of Wands and the Three of Wands. The Five of Wands being all about competition, all about conflict, all about, and it's actually very pointless conflict, because everybody is holding the same wand, same length, same style, and everyone is just trying to, it's just this, mishmash of like me first, me right, me better. But I see it as an extremely pointless debate. And then you have on the other side, Three of Wands, much more like, the potential is there. I want to step out and do more, see more, try more. Three of Wands always give the energy of like, I can do a lot with these three wands. I can build, I can, because after 3 is 4, you create stability in 4. So 3 is already like a person who has that much more willingness to reach out and create the possibility of something new. And your Ace of Cups being in between shows me Spirit is asking you, do you want this or do you want that? Do you want to continue letting same old narrative cause you the same old troubles in life? Or do you want to put in more effort to help yourself elevate into a different level? And that is a very big part of the learning this life. That in itself takes such a, I'll say, big amount of spiritual strength and inner knowing, inner wisdom and inner guidance to get into, right? You were trying to, in many ways, the relationship between you and that person whom you're meant to reconcile with, you sort of isolated yourself from them. You sort of, maybe you and them, okay, not just you. Maybe you and them, both in your own space, isolated yourself from each other and distanced yourself from each other. But at the same time, is still caring how well you guys are doing. Like the person cares about how well you're doing. You care about how well that person is doing. And when I say how well, I don't mean like in an envious fashion, but it's really more like just to keep an eye on a friend, kind of like, I kind of want to keep tabs on that person's life, but I can't do it officially through text because, oh, I remember now we're not talking, right? And you still sort of like stalk or sneaky check that person every now and then. And like I said, it's not just you, that person does it too. So it's a two-way street because you guys care about each other. Okay? Spirit is saying, instead of dancing around the subject, truly get into your element of emotional maturity. That's the word I'm hearing here. You can bring more clarity into, in fact, if you step into the more stoic or emotional mature state of mind, right? Spirit is saying you don't have to wonder about what happened, like, wondering about what happened or how things were, that is just trying to navigate in the fog. Spirit is saying that you don't have to like try and navigate in the fog, try to see unclear. If you are not connected or talking to that person right now, you guys cannot clarify anything. There is, in fact, like I said just now, maybe somebody put a situation between you both to instigate the argument, right? And if indeed it was brought on by someone else out to create or instigate conflict between you both, then you deserve the answer. You definitely have doubts and you want the answer, I'm sure, and maybe the other person as well. You guys probably owe each other some degree of get together and like collaborative thinking time. right? To really like, oh, what happened? Oh, was it really this way? No, I thought it was that way. It has to be something along those lines that will help you come at least to a degree of clarity. And Spirit is saying, if you desire that clarity, you can, but be the bigger person. You have to first have that spiritual strength, okay? Inside you have that strength. Be the pillar of strength in this situation and embody that emotional maturity. Be the first one to open the doors to a communication, if you want that. And in this itself is the way you bring connection and love back into your life. So I feel that love is still a very strong theme here, because if this person is so worthy of your affection and is every bit part of somebody you care about, I'm sure when the conflict happened and you both like stop talking to each other, it could have caused a lot of hurt and pain. Okay, definitely not like those easy hi-bye friends or acquaintance that you felt even if you don't talk to them anymore or you drop them from your social media, it doesn't feel a thing, right? I know we all have that sort of like no shade on anyone. It's just that we have the inner circle, then we have the outer circle. In fact, we have several levels of inner circle before, and then there is this very, very big outer circle full of acquaintances that we know it really doesn't matter. Right. And then within this several layers of inner circle, which one is the one that really would, like, we cannot lose as well, right? So I think Spirit is saying that your heart you can definitely find more ways to come into that state of emotional happiness if you take the first step to identify. Maybe that person is none the wiser. Maybe because you're the one watching this tarot right now, right? So if you're the one watching this reading right now and you are hearing this message from Spirit, maybe then the other person is not as informed as you, might still be in that state of mind of like, okay, I have permanently lost my connection to so and so. Perhaps you can be the one that reaches out. You can be the one that reach out. Sorry, my tenses. You can be the one that reach out, and you can be the one that provide that emotional maturity to say, hey, maybe something was missing. Maybe there was something that wasn't quite right. We shouldn't have said those things, but let's relook at the situation. Was there a misunderstanding? I feel like Spirit is saying that you definitely should be that person to do it. If you have doubts about whether you want to do it, I do not know how long, okay, that you have been in this situation. Maybe it's been, I don't know, can be perceived very differently from different people's idea of how long things are for like not connecting to a best friend for a long time. So I feel like Spirit is saying you don't have to wait. This is the season and this is the time for you to recuperate this relationship and recuperate your heart. Okay? One of the best way to heal is to get closure as well. So, yeah, perhaps you can start now. Okay, I will want to also ask Spirit for another card for you from the Moonology Messages Oracle to see what else Spirit has to say. Spirit, what other guidance or words you have for Pile 2? Oh wow, this is nice. Moonlight Serenade. Change your tune. Yes, change your tune. Let's see what this is all about. Okay. You may need to change your tune. Have you been harping on and on about the same old thing? Is it time for you to change things up? Maybe you've been a little too frantic and it's time to slow things down. Stop and hear the music of the spheres, the planets. Could it be that you need to change your mind, have a change of heart, update your opinion? Is it time to choose love over fear? It's so easy to get stuck in a particular way of communicating. Maybe the person you need to get through to now will respond in a way that's more to your liking. if you sing a different song. In other words, try a new tactic. Have you been obsessing? If so, stop. And remember, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Make sure you're not being stubborn. Holding your ground sounds good, but there's nothing wrong with admitting when a new tactic is called for, and one may well be called for now. Look at your question from a new perspective. Don't be afraid to admit if you're wrong. Allow someone else to take the lead. Focus on the good things in life. Relax a little and take it down a notch. To be in flow with someone, personally or professionally, we need to understand and listen to them and get ourselves in harmony, rather than trying to have it all our way. Wow, what a beautiful message from Spirit, and I really think they hit the nail on its head with this last one. Okay, so this is all I have for you, and this is the messages that Spirit has for you. Please leave in the comment section if you find any of this part of the reading resonates for you. I would love to hear. And please, if you want a personal reading, please go to the description box below. You can find my link for booking a personal reading. Please also follow, like, and subscribe for more of these videos in the future to come. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you at the next one. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. So for those of you who have been seeing 24 or 2424, you have also chosen pile number 3, which your significator card is awareness. So this awareness card reminds me, it just feels a lot like a person who is a hierophant. In fact, also feels a bit like a high priestess, but clearly I know it's a very masculine person here. So I'm not going to say that this person is a high priestess, but could be a high priest. And there is this open crown chakra, as you can see here. I feel like Spirit is hinting to us that for you, pile 3, your reading has a lot to do with coming into a state of awareness. We'll see what else Spirit says. I'm going to be picking some tea leaves to piece up the story, and what else we can see for your situation. A lot of animals in your tea leaves. Okay. Interesting. Last 2 readings in pile 1 and pile 2, there were no tea leaves that showed up that's related to time or months. But for you, you have 2. You actually have 2 cards here that denotes the months. So, first thing first, you got May. Is it too bright? It's a little bright. Is it? Okay. Can you see? Oh my god, it's a little... Is it focusing? Okay. So, you have May. You have Unicorn. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Elephant. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. Eagle. Triumph over troubles and obstacles. Then you have the month of December. You have broken wishbone. Wish will not be granted. Mountain road. You are on the road to success. Broom. New home, new attitude. Okay, it's very enigmatic. I don't know what spirit wants. I mean, I see some things that are related, but I still say that I think sometimes spirit can be very enigmatic, and give me like this little puzzle. At this point, I see some things, but I will get more cards from the traditional Rider-Waite deck to bring out the message. Okay, what message do you have for Paltry Spirit pertaining to awareness and the cards that we see here? Okay. Whoa. Right, this. Okay. Let me see what's the picture I'm looking at here. Yes, intuition. I see. Right. Okay, so I don't know, sometimes I feel like the spirit is in spirit's own way giving us the compliment sandwich. You know what I mean? Have you ever heard of this term, the compliment sandwich? When they want to tell you something bad, they sandwich that in between two other good news. But of course, I'm not saying that you have plenty of bad news here, but I just somehow felt like they want to do a compliment sandwich here. Okay, so here goes. So considering you have 2 month cards here, I feel like it's something they definitely want to bring up and highlight. With regards to the month of May and the month of December, which is coming. May is, 4-ish months ago. Okay, you might have started something in May. Okay, for most of you. You might have started something in May. It might be something that you wanted, like a project you are on. I actually see like it's definitely to do with something more with materials. Could be actually earning, making sure that you get the money of some sort in some way, whether it's through earning it, winning it, getting the returns in payment, in money, definitely some form of pentacles. Okay, it could even be the finishing up a project, completing a property or project, that sort of stuff. It might have begun in May. And I think, of course, you have expectations along the way. Maybe things did not fall out into plan as you wished. And there were obstacles. It was not okay. To be frank, Spirit is even showing me a new home here. So it might really be that you guys in May have just started renovating the home, or like you just gotten the keys to your new home and your new project is to furnish the new home. It could be anything of that sort, or it could be you working towards being able to move out of your old place into a new place since May, and you have not sort of come close to having come close to the move for many reasons, for whatever reasons. Spirit is saying here that there are obstacles in your way for a reason. It's meant to help you go through a journey of obstacles so that you will come out wiser and stronger on the other side. Now, the thing is, and I say this a lot to my clients in the different work that I do with them. If you do not complain, if you do not feel like life is unfair or harsh to you, whenever a challenge is being put in your way, the mindset will help you set the tone on how easy or difficult that journey is. Normally, it's at the beginning. Of course, everything that come at a different degree that they come can shock us and our system, right? Depending on how ready we are for a challenge, how ready we are for an obstacle to be put in our way. And I say, as personally, I for one really hate it when my plans are not flowing, because I am really like a by the plan kind of person. So sometimes I learn how to make myself, like put myself, like disappoint myself a little bit more gently, or allow life to disappoint me a little bit more gently by already telling myself plan A is just a very loose plan A, or the plan is always a very what you call that, it's just a official term. We don't really stick to the plan or plan A. I want to, but life will not let you. And it's okay, because there will always be plan B, C, D, E, or plan don't know. Plan not planned. And it's okay. Like I try to like let myself a little bit more gently by doing that. And that also helps me flow a little bit better with the plans that, with the co-creation that I am actually doing with the universe. Because let's be very honest, much as we all tune into our, no matter how open your crown chakra is, okay? So I'm just going to point out here that Spirit is saying that you have the awareness, you have your crown chakra open. As a person who's claircognizant and my crown chakra is open to whatever degree I am good for that day, even then I have my down days when I just am not feeling it. I am not feeling my co-creative element, and I'm like just really upset about how things are not falling into place the way I want them to. So I'm just saying everybody goes through it. And if when you're going through yours, considering you might have started something in May that you wanted, that you're working on, again, could be home related or home building related, and it didn't fall into place, Spirit is saying, it's okay. You are literally on that path right now. You are on that little side tangent of your main path. Okay, you have a little hiccup tangent, because that little tangent is meant to make you learn something new. And that once you overcome that obstacle, you learn how to flow and overcome that obstacle, you will come out so much wiser on the other end. And I think these are the tiny little tests that are being thrown in our everyday life. Again, like I say, it could be Spirit is trying to test whether you are in tune with your intuition, whether you are being vigilant and keeping your crown chakra aligned and open, right? Nothing short of that. Because how do we learn if not being sporadically given surprise tests by our teacher, right? If we are always so prepared, knowing all the answers that we're going to be asked, and already preparing all the, in this I know that this might not be common in other countries, but in Singapore, it's very common that when children are about to have their tests or exams already, like one entire semester prior, or in fact, one entire year grade prior, parents will buy these previous years good schools, top 50, top 30 schools test and examination papers, and get the children to mock test them, mock do the exam and test at home, so as to be so prepared that there's nothing that can catch them by surprise. Perhaps in academia we can do that. But in the lesson of life and the evolution of our soul, we cannot do that. You cannot game the system. Okay? And I say this, it's a very channeled message from Spirit themselves. Please don't game the system. When you're given the test, do the test like a normal person. Take on the challenge, be on that path, go through the obstacles, use your own will, your own intuition, open and align your chakras, like your heart, your eye, your crown chakras. Get them connect, meditate, connect with divine. Take in the higher knowledge and you be able to navigate that challenge. So this is what they're saying, okay? And honestly, if they are talking about you opening, keeping yourself aligned and open in terms of your chakras, I think you are no novice to spirituality. It's not like you just freshly step into this. I believe very much that you are also wise to some degree. You're also conscious to some degree. You know, crown chakra is the chakra of consciousness. And if Spirit is now wanting me to take that as a highlight for you, I definitely believe that you have in your own space attained some degree of spiritual practice to have crown chakra as the main alignment here for your communication and intuition. Now, they mentioned December here. Okay, I normally don't like to attribute time-based, to me, time-based it's still a very loose, take it with a pinch of salt thing. But if Spirit wants me to highlight to you December, I believe whatever you started creating or waiting for since May, something's going to show up in December. You know, interestingly, they say broken wishbone, wish will not be granted. Okay, I feel like what they're trying to say is if you're wishing, then you are wrong, because what you're doing is co-creating. You should not be wishing, because wishing means that you just hope that it falls in your lap because it's given to you. It might be something that you want very badly, and you might have taken the wrong approach or mindset. You might have thought that, okay, I just leave it to the universe. I wish. Or maybe, just maybe, take this how it resonates. Some people, they think they're manifesting. But if they are manifesting from a place of wish and not from a place of knowing that they are creating it with the universe, and walking towards that parallel, that actually where the thing they want is existing already, then the wish is in a many way, it's an empty manifest. Okay, and I think Spirit is trying to say that, that whatever method you were on, wishing for it, it's not going to happen. But if you continue putting in the effort to overcome whatever obstacles you are currently going through, you are on that road to success. Because don't be surprised that you have already begun walking on that road where the parallel reality of your desired outcome is. You see, they're trying to say that it's a parallel you have to take. But you have to co-create and walk that road to take that path, to get to where that desired outcome is, the new home or whatever, okay, the new whatever you're building on since May. If you felt the whole time, why is it that my wish is not happening? It's because Spirit is saying, well, the reason is because you are not going to get it from wishing. And I feel this is a very strong message that they're delivering here. See, they have given me the Hermit. They're saying, you see, you have wisdom. You are in every bit very connected to your divine connection and communication and your wisdom. You know how to reach deep within whatever you channel in terms of understanding. When you give yourself that time to meditate and cut away the noise. The hermit shows a person who goes up onto the mountain to contemplate, to be just by himself and the star, to understand that in the grandness of the cosmos, all it takes is that quiet moment and the brightness of the star within and without in order to bring in whatever you need to manifest for yourself in this life. The wisdom is that in itself. And you have the 10 of Pentacles. Spirit is also giving you the 6 of Pentacles. This is their way of saying you get what you give. You give what you get. You reap what you sow. Yeah. And they have also highlighted that if there was something that you had been feeling you could not understand, I think this is literally that thing. You might have really tried to manifest. Okay, and again, I'm not throwing shade. I'm not trying to opinionate on your methods or whatever, or anybody's methods. But I'm just trying to say that Spirit is saying if you had an ideology or you had a certain way of thinking of how things can happen for you, it might be the wrong way of thinking. You might want to unbind yourself from that old way of thinking and walk away from it. Maybe it causes you a lot of bad feelings, in fact, because the more you want it that certain way and it doesn't show up, it definitely creates a lot of self-doubt. It creates a lot of lack. It creates a lot of disbelief within yourself. And Spirit is saying you can walk away from that energy. It doesn't do you any good. Now, they are showing that, yes, for a period of time, it will seem like things are not clear to you because you're on that path of obstacle. But rest assured, if you don't feel like it's happening for you, they are saying it is about time soon. But in relation to, how is this related to the, let's not forget the overarching energy that we're reading for today is still that you are worthy of affection, that you're worthy of self-love and care and the connection you have with people. And I feel like Spirit is trying to say that your own way of self-love and self-care is to first understand that you have been very hard on yourself. You have been very hard on yourself for wishing on something that you cannot get. Because you have just simply, it's almost like you have... well, I'm not good at this. I'm trying not to go the metaphor using academia, but somehow it just keeps falling back. If you're meant to prepare for an essay test today for your English class, and instead of preparing for an essay test where you need to build a story, you have prepared for a grammatical test where you understand other different aspects of English grammar. When you're given a test, you might constantly try to apply what you know on something else entirely differently required of you. Then, of course, you're not going to yield the results. You're not going to get the grades, right? Spirit is saying it's not that you are incapable. It's that you simply have applied the wrong thinking and the wrong method. And you need to take it easy on yourself, recalibrate yourself, look at things differently. Maybe taking a break. First of all, we are just a few months away from December. Maybe you have really worked yourself into a frenzy. From May until now, it's been 5 months, 4 months, 5 months. Spirit is saying it's okay. It doesn't take long. Just pivot, look away a little. Rest the anxiety that you might have. Rest the worry or the feeling of doubt that you might have within you. Allow yourself to let go of the energy, recalibrate, okay? Take this month and take this time that you see this reading, whichever month you see this, is timeless, to recalibrate yourself and get back into the motion of that walk up the path You are on the path. I think Spirit is trying to say you are on the path, by the way. You're not on the path. But you need to know why you're on this path. You're on this path because the obstacle given to you during this period you're on the path is all for something. It's not for nothing. They want to encourage you. How often do we get to gleam into the future, into our lives, some of the mysteries that we are given in this life, right? So Spirit is sharing with you right now that in case you felt like you really don't know where you're headed, you are on the path that is meant to give you some degree of test. Once you come out on the other end, things are going to smooth out. But you need to be patient, you need to be determined, you need to have tenacity. And in order to go long, you need to take short breaks. Let's see if I just want to check if there's anything else I might have missed out from this. Yep, Spirit is saying also, your mental health and your physical health are of the utmost importance to you right now, because I think they want me to bring it up as well, that somehow they felt like you might have really tired yourself in the aspect of suffering, your mental or physical health suffering. It could be the worry. It could be the worry that things are not working out. Again, if you have been wishing and things are not coming, maybe that's the thing that is causing you some degree of physical or mental stress. But Spirit says you really have to take it easy. You really have to take care of yourself. Know that you are loved and watched over by the whole team. And the whole team, the spiritual team is telling you, just continue strong and take care of yourself on this path, and know that it will come, whatever you're wishing for. Not wishing, sorry, I correct myself. Whatever you had made a wish, or you are meant to acknowledge the obstacle on the path that you're on, because it is actually only co-creating the outcome by facing this obstacle that you get your results. It's not just wishing and hoping things show up. Okay? I think one of the other stronger messages I'm seeing here is you get back what you put in. You reap what you sow. So I think that's a very strong thing that Spirit want to remind you. Now, while I say that this is a timeless reading, the aspect of the May month and December came out. So it might not be these might not resonate as deeply for you if your situation is not being read about in the month of the month of October in 2024. If you found this reading some other time, it might pertain in other situation, or the rotation of months would be different. I'm just trying to say, let's just take the whole month thing with a big pinch of salt. Okay, I'm gonna get a card from the oracle card from the Moonology oracles and see what else Spirit has for you. Oh, do we want 2 cards now? Ooh. Well, since they gave me 2 cards, I might as well. Moonshining, stay in integrity. Okay? And reach for the moon. Go for it. Okay, let's see. You're the only pile that got 2 oracle decks, oracle cards, okay? So this is what Spirit wants to say to you. Moon shining. 90. Okay, moonshining means talking nonsense or empty or foolish talk. There is a sense that with this card, that what someone is saying is all style and no substance. Is that person you or someone else? Drawing this card suggests there's a risk that someone has been filling your head with ideas that have no place in there. Maybe someone's been making promises to you that they can't or won't keep. Or maybe someone has said something hurtful to you and you've taken it far too seriously. Perhaps they were just being provocative. There is a sense, when this card comes up, that you should disregard the empty or cruel words that someone has spoken to you. Instead, gather up your own power and love yourself more. Also, do not be the person who is doing the moonshining. In other words, making sure you're acting with integrity at all times for your current dealings. Otherwise, as sure as the moon rises, karma could come and even things come out. Do not make empty promises. Someone is baiting you. Think about who you trust. Don't let someone's words hurt you. Don't take life too seriously. So, maybe Spirit is saying that if you have been untruthful to yourself in terms of the efforts you put in versus what you're getting, maybe that's the integrity check that you have to do. Just saying, with pertaining to that one aspect of wishing and taking on obstacles. Now reach for the moon. 110. Okay. If you're hoping that the cards could confirm that you can get what you want, you are in luck. This card comes with a message. Go for it. In other words, it's all there for you to win. If you have been doubting yourself or questioning your ability to achieve a goal or to make something work, this card reminds you that you're magical and amazing and you should rise to the challenge. Go forward with a positive expectation that everything can work out exactly as you like it to. The road ahead might stretch you a little, and you may have to call on resources that you didn't know you had. So try not to become upset or even resentful if things don't just unfold exactly the way you want. There's a reason why it's all developing the way it is. Yes, and part of that reason could well be because it's helping you grow as a person. Exactly. Grow as a person, possibly on a spiritual level. But one thing is certain, definitely go for it. Don't give up, aim even higher. Success is within your grasp. Challenges can be corrected building. Belief makes the seemingly impossible possible. I think this is a very, very strong message. These two cards really do need to come out together. Spirit is saying, check yourself. Check yourself and how you might have been honest to yourself or not. And you are still not straight. You are on the path. Just hang in there and understand all these difficulties and challenges are here for a reason, to guide you towards a higher, evolved version of you. Okay, so this is the message that Spirit has for you today. If you find any part of this resonate and you'd like to share with me, please leave it in the comment section. I'll be very happy to hear from you. For a more personal reading, please go to the description box below and find my link to book me for a personal reading. Please also like, follow, and subscribe so you will receive more of this kind of videos to come in the future. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye!